Guys, I am so relieved that I have finally seen a Predator film that isn't garbage. I shouldn't say garbage, but this new film, Prey, which was just released Friday, is the best Predator film since the original Predator film. Now, we all know through the years there's been a ton of iterations, right? There's been Predator 2 with Danny Glover. There was several Alien versus Predator films. Then they tried to do a 2018, big budget reboot of Predator. And it just was not up to snuff. I don't think anything has been up to snuff since the original film. Nothing's matched up and felt like it was worthy of being in the same franchise, right? This film was a breath of fresh air, and it came straight off of Hulu, man. Straight to streaming. And maybe that's just the world we live in now, but it does seem like the bigger films, they still go to the theater, right? But this thing was so damn good. Like I said, it put the 2018 film that was a big, theater release, big budget film to shame. It put it to shame. And I think the difference here is, and this compared to all of the other Predator films since the Arnold Schwarzenegger, 1987 Predator film, I believe. The biggest difference, and this is what happens, okay? When you put the IP in the hands of someone that understands the character, understands the franchise, understands the mythos of the character, understands the IP, right? It's the same reason that Marvel Studios is so goddamn good at making comic book films, okay? Because the people in charge love the source material. And I think the same thing is true with Prey. And as you know, same company, big company, Disney, purchased 20th Century Fox, which owned the Predator franchise. And so now Disney, ipso facto, owns the Predator franchise. And this is the first film that's come out of, that purchase of 20th Century Fox. Thank God. That's all I got to say. As much as I hate giant corporations ruling the world, goddamn, they this one is making some fantastic content. I couldn't be happier about what they're doing creatively. Prey just understood what it was. It was the first film, like I said, since the original that maybe even more so. The story and what they did in this film actually probably was better than the original. I mean, the original is great, but it was an 80s action film, essentially. It just had some pretty cool sci-fi shit in it. And there are some other great ones like that, right? It's like it's a big action set piece. It's big guns blazing, a bunch of big muscled up guys. Terminator is another example. All of these 80s flicks, right? Commando, I guess they're all Schwarzenegger flicks, right? But anything out of the 80s. It was an action film first and then kind of sci-fi second. This film understood what a predator was. That's what was so great. It pitted a hunter against a hunter. Essentially, predators are an alien race, and at least a subset of that race pride themselves on being the strongest hunter. Warrior, hunter, part of the tribe. And pitting them against an early 1700s Native American tribe who had within it people who wanted to prove themselves as the strongest hunter. It was perfect. It is the first time we've seen this done. We've seen aliens versus predators, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. I don't feel like the aliens as a antagonist to the predators, it's not the same thing. Like, aliens are like an invasive species. The predators are more like a tribal thing. It's like a proving of worth through your hunting ability. And that's exactly what was going on in this tribe before the predator even showed up. The leads in this film, The female lead was fantastic. Fantastic. And if they do not cast her as Dani Moonstar in a live action X-Men film, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. Someone posted that as like a meme or something. Her, like, why not make her Dani Moonstar? Which, if you don't know who Dani Moonstar is, she's a Native American character from X-Men comics. Go look it up. But she'd be awesome. She would be awesome. It would be fantastic if they did that. I loved that they went back to this era in time. That this not just this era, but this place, right? This tribal lands, early Americas, before most of the white settlers were here, taking over, pushing Native Americans off their own land. It was them in their own element, and then comes this alien, right? Man, that's kind of like a metaphor in itself, right? It's like the aliens that came before the aliens. But no, it was so damn good, and this proves, because some movies try to force a female lead to be like a warrior, a badass hero. It's like they try to force it, like she's stronger than the men type thing. This worked. And it just proves that you can do it if you do it right. If you make it about, the warrior, the hunter, not the fact that she's a female, but the fact that she at heart is a hunter. That's what made this character work for me. And I believe it's the first time we've seen a female lead take on a predator. But also in this film, her brother was fantastic. Her brother, was like the best hunter in the tribe. And in the end, she's throughout the whole film trying to prove her worth as a hunter, trying to be the best hunter in the bunch and prove that, she's not a female that needs to be left at home to take care of things around camp, that she wants to go out. She wants to prove that she can show her worth as a hunter in this tribe as well. Same thing that the Predators are doing. If you watch Alien versus Predator, that's one thing that they do nail. It doesn't work as well for me because of the alien aspect of it, bringing in the aliens. But it shows very much that that's what they're doing. It shows them more of a protagonist than an antagonist. You can kind of like see through their eyes what's going on, and basically, yeah, it's a rite of passage. It's part of becoming a member of the tribe, becoming part of the group, the elite hunters of the group. You kill your prey, you stain your face with their blood. And it lined up so well with this idea of Native Americans hunting, the Great Plains in the early 1700 United States, and many years before that as well. But man, this film did it all for me. I thought it was so damn good. Like I said, the story itself, the idea of hunter against hunter, truly hunter against hunter, not hunter against muscled up military guys, not hunter against an invasive alien species that just wants to replicate and take over and kill everything. No, hunter against hunter. It's the first time they've really understood, I think, what a predator is. And I just couldn't be happier. Like I said, story-wise, it probably is a better story than the first film. Is it a better film? I don't know. I don't know if it's a better film. I fucking love Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's hard for you to convince me any remake or any sequel that doesn't feature Arnold Schwarzenegger is any good. But, like, if the original was an Arnold Schwarzenegger film. But this thing is right up there with it. And like I said, story-wise might be better. Film-wise, probably not. I just can't see it pushing the original out for me, personally. But goddamn, if it's not a very close second in terms of movies, and maybe better in terms of story and understanding the character. So anyway, I would love to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you thought of my little Predator impression at the beginning. I've been working on that. So let me know what you thought of the film. Let me know what you thought of this lead actress in this film, and just the whole, this iteration of Predator film. Let me know. Comments below. You can reach out to me, BrettScottVlogs@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. at Real Brett Scott and talk to me over there if you're listening to this in podcast form. And yeah, just let me know what you think, because from what I hear, everyone's saying the same thing. This isn't news to you if you've been watching anything about this or if you've already seen the film. And if you haven't, man, go watch it. If you're a fan at all of the Predator franchise, you must see this movie. And when it came out, when they said that it was going to be a Hulu release, it's like, oh man, they're going to give us another like half-hearted, money grab Predator film. No, this is the best thing since the original, man. So please watch it if you haven't already, and if you have, let me know what you thought of it. I want to talk about this film. But like I said, I'm not the only person saying it. Everyone's saying it, man. I'm not the only one. Everyone's saying this is the best since the original. But do you think that is true? Let me know. Comments. Reach out in the comments below. Reach out on Instagram or Twitter at Real Brett Scott. Let me know. And if you like this sort of thing where I talk about films, TV series, basically anything entertainment and pop culture, then please subscribe to the channel or favorite or follow the podcast. And if you decide to do that and stick around, then I will talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.